Big up, everybody. It's your boy, Mark and MUFC fan. You know what it is, guys. I hope you're having a great morning. Your boy is back in Germany. You know how it is, guys. I hope you're having a great one. Big up to you, Dark Crows. Sorry, bro. I was having a little bit of difficulty with the start. I had to set up some things. It wasn't working just now, so I couldn't go live actually. So sorry about that. But big up to you guys. Good morning to Stephanie Griffith. I hope you're well. Big up to you. At least 3 goals and 3 points. 100%. That's what we're hoping for. Now, guys, I didn't get to present to you this week the manager's press conference. Also, we didn't do a match preview. So it's Sunday. It's match day. Your boy is here. So I'm going to do it all. We're going to mash it all into one stream and we're going to do a press conference. We're going to do some match previews. We're going to talk about it, see how you guys are feeling. Let's get in. Smash the like and subscribe. Don't forget, your boy is back. You know what it is. So let's get straight into the match press conference with Ruud van Nistelrooy. Let's see what Ruud has to say. Guys, let's get into the show.
Hi again, Ruud. Hi. We've seen images there of Luke Shaw returning to training with Lenny Yoro back the other day, Mason Mount, all these other players. It seems like the injuries are easing at just the right time with Ruben coming in.
Yeah, and also for me, I have to say yesterday we had a lot of benefit from Christian playing a good 30 minutes for Ugarte. And obviously Mason making his first minutes again back. That benefited us as well. So glad that they're back, and also for the little bit longer future, good that Luke and Lenny are on the pitch.
We asked you last night about Ahmad. What was that? How was the assessment? How did it come out? And looking ahead, Kobbie Mainoo, I don't think we've got an update about him for a while. How's he doing? His progress?
Yes, Ahmad was assessed. Still working on him to get him ready for Sunday. Hopefully it will work. And Kobbie is also progressing in his injury. He's making the right steps. Not yet with the team though. That needs a bit more time.
Ruud, obviously this is your final match in interim charge. It'll be an emotional occasion, I'm sure, on Sunday. But for you, is it likely to be a second farewell from Manchester United? Do you know yet what your future holds?
No, first of all, it was a special period. It is still, of course, and I called it an important period because I think it was important to get through the 4 games as good as we could. I think we've done very well so far. The players reacted very well in the games. So obviously the focus is now to build on that and show that on Sunday with a big game ahead and a massive 3 points that are there to win. And so yeah, I don't know if it will be very emotional. I take it very pragmatic as well. Although I'm very proud to be able to fulfill this, but we'll see how that will feel on Sunday. And other than that, there's not much more news than yesterday evening, where I think Ruben and I are both, in that sense, focusing on our teams and our games. He's focused on Braga and his team, and I'm focused on Leicester with my team, and see if things can come together in the near future.
It seems like you've enjoyed the role. Would you one day like to think of yourself as a permanent manager of Manchester United?
Yeah, of course, I thought this through well when I made the decision to come to United as an assistant manager or assistant coach. I thought that through, and I knew that coming to Manchester United was for me a special occasion where I felt I want to be part of this journey with the club in also an assistant role. I had clear ambitions to manage. I made the decision to sign a 2-year deal as an assistant, and I'm still in that that frame of mind. To be fair, to stay in that in that capacity.
Andy, this whole experience of being the boss, how do you rate it? Was it stressful? Have you enjoyed it?
No, I've enjoyed it. It gave a lot of energy. I think the reaction of the players was outstanding. I think also as an assistant you are quite close to players. So the past 3 months I spent a lot of time with the players and got to know the players very well, as human beings, but also as football players, where they are in their development and how I can help. And I think that relationship that is helping now, that we are together and we want to achieve something together. So that bond is there, and that's what I feel very supported. So that gives a lot of energy, and the support of the fans obviously was amazing, and that gives also lots of confidence and energy. So so far so good.
As you pass on the reins, what's the best bit of advice that you'd give to Ruben Amorim?
That's a good question, actually. It's good to wrap it up after Sunday, and of course I've been in for the 3 months in the season and this short spell, and from there on I think it would be very good to wrap it all up and have that conversation. Yeah, it's a good question. I'm going to start thinking about it.
Let me know.
If you win on Sunday, you'll have the highest win percentage of any Manchester United manager in history. You'll go past Michael Carrick. That's not the question, by the way. What sort of state is this dressing room at the moment? What can fans look into it? Because obviously it's been a disappointing season overall so far. Do you see optimism for fans?
I think if you look at it's a results game in the end, and I think the last 3 results were okay. You know, we're through in the Carabao Cup. We're in the quarterfinals there. It was a good point against Chelsea where we felt that we deserved more, and also an important win in the Europa League to get us settled higher up in that table to go through the next round in January, hopefully. So I think that momentum is changing a little bit, but of course Sunday is also a competition where we need to do better than we're doing. So as in the Carabao, where we needed to go to the next round and do good business in the Europa League with a win, that's Sunday, and that game is of very important in that sentiment, I think, overall.
Rude, what has the last kind of 8 to 9 days taught you as a coach in your kind of relatively fresh managerial career?
I didn't really think about this. I think I'm so focused on getting the best out of the players, and with the staff members, and all together we're working on getting United back on track on the short term. That I'm not really reflected on that, to be fair. Of course, I learned a lot in the time that I'm here, and from other coaches and from players with the experience there is, and with opinions they have. So I think overall the knowledge about training sessions, managing individuals and teams, I think overall, now I think about it, is something that really benefited to me as a coach.
Ruud, you did well at PSV and left for other reasons, and obviously the full 3 games here so far, we have seen a lift in performances. That must give you the appetite. It must be difficult then to be an assistant and not be all your ideas. Has it not given you the appetite to be your own man again, in charge of a club, whatever that may be?
Yeah, no, I think the appetite to build further within this club is stronger than the other bit.
Than being your own man.
Yeah. So for this moment, and as I said, I made a deliberate decision to step in this role for 2 seasons, and take it from there. And these 4 games haven't changed that sentiment. And that's why I said from the beginning that what my intentions were also after my interim job.
Samuel.
Ruth, when you first joined the club, there were Teddy Sheringham, Solskjaer, York Cole, proven strikers, goal scorers. I know Rasmus and Josh were seen as potential, but do you accept that this club does need a proven goal scorer if it's to get back to where it needs to be?
Yeah, I agree that that when you want to be a successful side in the Premier League and in Europe, and that's what the build is all about, you're gonna need a certain amount of goals. That is clear. That is, yeah, facts in football, and that's why the best teams in the world have those players. At the moment, we have players that get a certain amount of goals or assists, but obviously they are in an age where they still have to be developed, and there's the potential that they will be, and the belief is there that they can, and that's at this moment where we are.
Chris. Yes, hi Ruud.
Hi.
It's only going to have been 2 weeks and 4 games, but do you think you'll be handing over a group of players higher on confidence and better than what you inherited only 2 weeks ago?
I think that's the results in itself will make that happen. It's very easy. It's easy to manage a team. It's easier to manage a team that has won 2 of the last 3 and had a decent point at home against a good side, and the connection with the fans is there, and there's
a decent point at
this
home.
kind of this short good feeling that we can turn things round. That's what is happening at this moment, and of course, football being football, and especially in top flight football, the results are necessary, and the Sunday game in that is a big one.
I know it's not all about you, but how, from a kind of personal point of view, how proud would you be to hand over having gone unbeaten in those 4 games, hopefully winning 3 and drawing 1?
Yeah, especially for the club. It was very important after I took over to get I call it stabilize the ship with results, and all of a sudden we're 3 games further in that, and it passes so quickly. And the last one, yeah, that's the one also where, yeah, it will mean a lot.
Great to hear from Ruud.
Interesting press conference there, guys. What can I say? I think it was pretty interesting. Yeah, I'll drop the link in a few. I'm going to play the second part of the press conference. I'm not too sure if we watched the whole thing. There's a part 1 and a part 2. I don't know if they played if that was the whole thing. Let me just pre-check the second one to make sure. Right, so let's watch the second part really quickly. I'll drop the odd. Bro, Ahmad didn't score 88 goals at Sunderland, bro. What we smoking? Nah, man. Come now, man. 88 goals and 44 assists. Where? Where did he score those goals? Not at Sunderland. Not even at Rangers, bro. That's weird, bro. That's weird. I'll drop the link in a few seconds, bro. Let me just play the second part of the press conference really quick. Let you guys see what Ruud's saying here again, and then we'll discuss.
Is there an argument to say that Ruben has potentially walked into the toughest job in football?
Well, as when you're going in to manage or play for the biggest clubs in football, that's part of it, and
Well, United, it's more than everything is under the microscope.
Yeah, of course, but I have to say, when my years in Real Madrid, I experienced also microscopical views and in intensity, and 20 pages every day in Marca and in Us and radio stations and social media, etc. So I think
in England, certainly.
Yeah, no, but generally also in the world. So United is there, and that's why it's also the challenge. And to play and manage this club, it's a huge responsibility, and I see that as a challenge as well. Whoever manages or plays here.
You hear of people who, everyone looks out and say, yeah, it's a big club. And it's only when they've actually worked in there and they go, blimey, it's even bigger than I realised. Was there a moment when you first came when you thought, this place is absolutely massive?
Well, I thought when we landed in Bangkok on pre-season tour in 2001 and I saw 100,000 people at the airport, I thought, oh, that's what I thought then. And then you realize what is in a world-wide scale. And obviously then in Real Madrid, it's similar, wherever you go, and it's fan base, it's media, it's the attention. But in the end, you learn to bring it down to focusing on your job, to perform as a player or as a coach, and to deal with that circumstances. And that's a big responsibility. Yes, we're all aware of it, but yeah, it's also the challenge.
Joe. Ruud, do you expect to meet Ruben on Monday to sort it all out? And also, will you be nervous, because you've spoken quite eloquently that you want to be here for the next 18 months? It's a lot at stake when you meet him. So I just wondered how you feel about that meeting and when it should take place.
Yeah, let's wait and see how that goes. I'm calm, to be fair. I'm trusting the process. I believe the outcome will be good, because I believe that as long as there's no news, I'm here at Manchester United, so that's my focus, and I'm calm in that sense. And whenever the communication will take place, I will see. But obviously we know what the time frames are, so I'm aware of that. And for me, it's tomorrow's training session, and Sunday 2:00 is the only thing that's on my mind, to be fair.
You will report in here on Monday. You've got the game on Sunday. You at the moment, you're just planning to come into work as you would.
Yes, definitely.
Steve.
There's always optimism when a new manager comes in. But, this club's seen some probably bigger managers than Ruben in the past. Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, even Eric to some extent when he came in. What is it about Ruben, do you think, that can sort of make the difference, particularly with a group of players that have failed under a previous management?
I think it's about the talent of a person. That is for me the most important thing. I think a name, or big name or small name, call it anything you want. In the end, it's the person and the talent and the qualities of that person that will make sure and how things will go. So that's why I'm not so. I don't think it's that's so important, the name, in this sense.
Last question, Tom.
Hi, Ruud. You spoke about your playing days there. Obviously, when you were a player, this club were top of the tree and setting the standards for everything. You've come back at a difficult time over a long period, to be fair, where things aren't quite at that level. What's changed in that period? Does it feel like you've come back to a bit of a different club? Is it just that the players aren't at that level anymore, or have things changed kind of in the background and behind the scenes that maybe need to revert back to how it was 15, 20 years ago?
Obviously, leaving in 2006, 18 years ago, it's quite a time that I wasn't part of the club, so it's such a big question to answer, to see what happened in those 18 years. For me, the challenge was to come back, and the motivation to be part of this, that I feel that the potential of this club will always be there. And the people that actually are here and working, that's what I experienced when I joined the club, that feels similar. So it feels the same club, and that togetherness and the willingness to do better and to do well, that's what the motivation is for all the people that work here, and also the players. And the target is clear also from where we are now, to improve. and that will take time and it will take hard work. But that is the challenge for me, you know, not necessarily to analyze what happened in the past, but to start working and make things better. And that's what I try to do every day.
Thank you very much.
Guys, having a little bit of a flu this morning. Big up to you guys. What do you guys think? I'm going to drop the link in the comments. Let me hear what you guys are thinking. You know what I mean? I think it was interesting. The last question, I think, was a brilliant question. I think he failed on the answer for me because this United team looks nothing, resembles nothing of the past United team that he was in. They certainly don't have the camaraderie. They certainly don't have the team chemistry. And they certainly don't have the ability to hold each other accountable and responsible. But what Root is calm and collected, 100%. I can't say that about him. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think the Chelsea game was a dead game, but the other games were good. Yeah, so he's definitely, I expect him to get the job done today. We play Leicester. We've already beaten them 5-1 in the cup. Hopefully, we could get another result, something similar, maybe a 5-0, or 6-1. You never know. Maybe more goals. Big up to Lenny Oro in the building, guys. Big up to all of you coming in. I see Bailey Tech is here already. Yeah, Bailey, what's good, my bro? Let me know what you're thinking, bro. You're mute, bro, by the way. Bailey. Oh,
I'm at.
okay, cool. You there?
Yeah, bro.
Big up. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know. Big up to Richard in the building as well. What are you saying, bro? What are your thoughts on the press conference? And what are your thoughts on Van Nistelrooy's performance so far? Of course, he got into the last game today.
I'm not so impressed with like what I've seen with the team, if I'm gonna be totally honest. Because I expected like like an interim manager bounce, like people are just ginger to perform to the highest level. But it just seems like they're kind of giving us more of the same. Now, some people can argue that we haven't lost under Rude, but we wasn't like he had a period of decent games and we expect to win the sorts of games that he's been managing under, maybe bar the Chelsea one, but we tend to beat Chelsea at home anyway. So let's just say it should have actually been a clean sweep to a certain extent, but the performances, they haven't been the greatest. Like I've been left like feeling like the game is a bit boring. So despite the fact that they've got another manager in charge, they're still playing boring. Fair enough. In terms of the press conference, obviously highlighted that certain people are pushing to be fit from injuries. And it's no surprise that on the announcement of getting a new gaffer, now players want to be fit. So to me, it kind of tells me that to a certain extent, some players decided that I might be unfit for a little bit longer than they should have been in order to not help the manager out. And at the end of the day, for me, yeah, football is physical and mental together, but I believe that the players, there are some of them, or maybe a lot of them, lack heart. Because how can you lose a game, not perform in a game, and not be so angry that you just stick it on all the players in the dressing room and tell them, bro, like, how can you look like everybody who you know in the eye? How can you walk through Manchester with your head held high, knowing that you're not giving 100%? Forget about whether you like the manager or not. yeah, your name is on the back of your shirt. You're representing your family, you're representing your heritage, you're representing history. Like you might not come from a long line of footballers. You might be the only footballer in the family or whatever, but you're representing yourself, you're representing the club, you're representing the fans. If you're not giving 100%, why are you here? Get out of Manchester United if that is your mentality. And that's my thing. So for me, I'm a bit worried now because we've got a new gaffer coming in. From what we've seen and from what we've been able to study from his football, his tactics, the way he likes to set up the team, the style of play, everything, the mentality, the way the way he has the players in the dressing room and the respect and everything else, I just fear that they'll play good for one season and then destroy another manager. And then we're all going to start acting, not all of us, but just the guys who like to do this, yeah? They're all going to start acting like he's the worst manager that we've ever had. And do you notice that every time the S hits the fan, yeah, that all of a sudden the guy who's in the hot seat is the worst guy who's ever been there, ever in history. Like it's a
Bro.
weird thing.
It's the weirdest. And to be fair, bro, I glad that you say what you say because that's how I feel, bro. I watch these brothers and be like, bro, your name on the back of a kit selling for 128 pounds, bro. 160 pounds if you want a long sleeve. 160. You hear what I'm saying, King? And that is the shit, man. Just want to go there and play. And you want fans to cheer your name all over the place. Bro, some of these players, bro, they don't deserve to be Manchester United players, plain talk bad manners. You know what I mean? I stop being totally nice to these players, bro. I go and support them and back them, but some of these players, bro, they don't deserve it, bro.
You see
Players
the
like Mason
problem?
Mount, Luke Shaw, bro. I never want to see them brothers wear a Man United kick, bro, next season. I promise you, bro. I promise. These brothers is the reason why we going down. Because
It takes time to weed all of these types of characters out of the club. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna take some time. But hopefully, when we do, then we'll be going in the right direction. But when a manager signs a 2-year deal, I mean, how long is he really gonna get to do the work, to do the Lord's work? How long is he gonna get, really?
bro, I tell man, this man had to get a 4 or 5 year contract. Not that we had to give him 4 or 5 years, but the statement that period of time contract go and make to the fans, to the players, is a different vibe. You see the
Wait,
short term
don't
thing,
you think that contract is player power contract?
bro. Bro,
That's a
when
player
when
power
I see
contract.
2.5 years, I say to myself, we just go and play the 18-month cycle, bro. We go and be one season manager bonks team for the next 10 years. That is what them fellas want. Because you cannot tell me, bro, as football fans, you don't see the bullshit already. The fact that we 18 months after sacking Ollie, sacked Ten Hag this for the same exact reason. Bro, forget 14th in the league, forget 21st in the league, forget 21st in the Europa League. Study these players, bro, been shit. And who haven't been shit, haven't been playing well. And who haven't been playing well, still in stepping up. And forget his Ten Hag, forget his Ten Hag. Just consider Ruben on Monday going to have to deal with these brothers, bro. What going to be the big difference? If we finish top 4 this season, we win the Europa League, what is going to be the story come this time next season?
Do you know who to blame now? When I think about it now, yeah, because Dan Ashworth, yeah, he's the guy that is now he was in charge of setting the culture at England when he was at England. So he was in charge of setting the culture when he was at Brighton. So and the same thing at Newcastle. So if they sack this new manager within 2 seasons, then surely they should be looking at this guy, because this guy is the guy that's setting the culture. Like, surely, like, he should be the guy. Because now, I don't want to go around blaming proper football people, because they're the ones who have been brought into the club to essentially rescue the club from where we've been, because we had a bankers and accountants running the club. Yeah.
100%.
But now, you are the guy who sets the culture, sets the football model, and everything else, along with is it Nick Cox, or I think his name is. So, bro, you've got a lot of work to do. I don't want to see guys throwing managers under the bus, and we're sacking a manager, but then we're trying to keep the players around and tie them down to like 5-year deals and things like that. Once you start seeing that guys are dropping tools, or guys are getting injured for prolonged periods of time, and we just know them to be always in the hospital, yeah, getting treatment to minor wounds, then yeah, like we have to find a way of getting rid of them as well, personally, or find a way of having the option to tie a player down for a bit longer, but then it seems like we're not. So I don't know if it's like maybe a 3-year deal or something like that, with the option of a further 2 if you're performing, or whatever it is. But I just think we need to find a way of not carrying around all this baggage. And like, when I think about it, Mason Mount, what is he like? He's only just come in. Like, he's only just come in. Like, I was backing this guy and defending this guy, but this season, I can't defend him at all. And it's not because the guy is a rubbish player. It's because the guy, yeah, has come in. He started this season reasonably, yeah, reasonably, for a guy who hasn't played for a long time, reasonably, right? But then when he got injured, then he came back, then he got injured again, then it was a head injury, then it turned into whatever it was, and then he was out for God knows how long, after he said that he should be fine and he should be back quickly. Then he's been out for all these games. I said, nah, this guy has gotten too pally-pally with Luke Shaw. Like, even when I first heard his voice, he sounds like Luke Shaw, similar accent. I said, whoa. Like, this guy is doing what Luke Shaw is doing, and whilst collecting a lot of money. So we need to find a way of jetsoning this guy out of the club. I don't want him to, because I believe that Ruben Amorim will look at his style of play and think, do you know what? I can put him into one of these number 10 roles because he knows how to press. He knows how to press. He's a good presser. So I don't want this manager to think that he can be a vital cog in the team, because when shit hits the fan, excuse my French, I don't want this guy to now, if we're building a squad around certain players and then they start going injured for prolonged periods of time. Another thing I wanted to address, obviously, I got called out the other day on Mohamed Diallo, because obviously he gave that performance the other day. And I didn't really, from my point of view, I could have argued and said, the team that he done it against, like, we should have smacked them up 100-0 and we should have done this, that, and the third to them. I didn't want to do that because I don't hate Amad Diallo. I want him to perform. I want him to do the type of things that he done, especially in that second half against Palka, or whatever their name is, yeah. I wanted him to do that, yeah. So I don't have no beef or agenda with him. However, I only had a certain stance with him because when he was starting games, he performed well at first, and then he got to a period where he was just on cruise control and he was acting like that right-hand position is his position to keep, and he didn't really have to do nothing to play for the shirt. And I just thought, no. Garnacho's coming off the bench. He's influencing the match with small minutes. Maybe we should be giving him a chance. But to be fair, the bar for the club, yeah, this is why I don't patronize none of these players, yeah, because the bar for the standards that we need, especially in the attacking areas, yeah, is all the way in hell, bro. Like, people are overhyping, like, the Rashfords and the Garnachos and the Amads, and they're overhyping these guys. Yeah, none of these guys get into any of our previously great teams. Yeah, none of them even. Do you know what was mad? Yeah, back then. Yeah, is when we would have injury to a big player. Yeah, I was never worried that, oh, Nani's going to play now. I was never worried, oh, Darren Fletcher's going to play. Like, I was never worried that John O'Shea was going to play. I was never worried that Phil Neville was going to play. The reason why I was never worried is because these guys looked at the guys who was ahead of them and said, you know what? Now that I've been given an opportunity, I can't perform below a certain standard. So when they came in, it was almost like the other guy, it's like the other guy was not injured because they was replaced with adequate replacement. Yeah. So when people do this thing of player FC, they don't know they're doing it, yeah. But this is what they're doing. They see somebody like Rasmus as an example, yeah, and they're like, oh, we don't need Jokeres because we got Rasmus, we got Xerxes. And I'm thinking, bro, you're acting like Rasmus and Xerxes are prime Thierry Henry and Van Nistelrooy. They're not those guys. Yeah, they're not those guys. They're not even Louis Saha was a backup striker to Van Nistelrooy. They're not even Louis Saha. So how the hell are these men going to be starting up front for Man United? They're not even worthy of the shirt or the number or whatever. Like, they're not even. Like, as far as I'm concerned, development is not playing a man into the ground and playing him no matter what and just say, yeah, he's learning. This is the mistake that we made with Marcus Rashford, yeah? Marcus Rashford, he burst onto the scene. He was one of our better youngsters, or he's one of our top youngsters. We played him. And then it got to the point where the guy wasn't improving. We could have had better guys in the position, but we just said, no. It's all about Rashford. And we just played him. And that's not how it works, yeah? When Cristiano was coming up, now Cristiano, he had other guys ahead of him, like top players. And what was happening with him is they'll give him 10 minutes there, they'll give him half an hour there. Sometimes they'll start him. He might even have a sick game. They'll take him out of the team. They'll play the main player ahead of him. And then that's how it went until he wrestled the position away from people. That is how it's supposed to work. That is development. Yeah, development is not just you play him no matter what. That's not development. You're destroying players like that. They're not improving like that. There's no one to aspire to. You're not looking at someone who's better than you and think, I'm gonna be better than him one day. You're just playing them. That's not how you develop players. And at the end of the day, it's Man United. It's not Player FC. Yeah, we need to have the best players in a position. So, as an example, yeah, 2 top players in every position. So, as an example, if we have a Van Nistelrooy up front and he's banging in goals week in, week out, 30, 40 goals a season, right? And then they say to us, oh, we've been linked with Prime Raul. Are you mad? Yeah? Go and get Prime Raul. Now, at the end of the day, yeah, I'm not saying that we're going to buy Raul and he's going to play ahead of Van Nistelrooy, or we're going to buy a Prime Thierry Henry and he's going to play ahead of Van Nistelrooy. No, but they're going to fight for the shirt. They're going to fight for the shirt. That is how a big club is run. I remember at one point, we were saying, oh, look at City. They can field 2 teams. They could field 2 teams. Look how strong they are. No one was arguing why Bernardo is on the bench or why Gundogan is on the bench or whatever it is. Nobody said, oh, we shouldn't buy this guy because we got this guy. But at Man United, it seems to be that we're trying to wear their boxers so hard that we're stopping the club from progressing by saying we don't need people. Like, it's wild to me. We need top players in every position, even on the bench. We need top players on the bench. Like, how many world-class players do we have in this team? How many? Please, somebody tell me, because
I
I
can't even
remember
answer
the
that
old school
question,
Man
bro.
United.
Even the players who I thought coming at world class, I still think now they're a little bit performing under that level, those levels, bro. I mean, look, to be fair, Ziad, big up to you, bro. I rate Palmer. Don't really rate Saka too much, but I think they are a good example that they make. But this is not really coaching. This is called using your head. The way Palmer plays, he uses his head. The ball moves faster than him, so he passes a lot. If he's in a better position and that pass isn't on, he takes a shot or he dribbles. But our wingers, I mean, Garnacho is young. Ahmad's still developing. He's not that young. Got Marcus Rashford's supposed to be a senior. But these guys don't use this. They just go off of the cuff most of the times. You know what I mean? So these players need to develop. Now, this is why I was one of those fans over the last 2 years was saying, bro, it might not be the greatest decision, but keeping a player who you know would have been delivering in this current moment would have been the best thing for us to do. I mean, look how they worship him across in Liga right now. You know what I mean? So, Garnacho is 20, bro. Ahmad is 22. He will be 23 in, I think, 3 weeks or 4 weeks like that, bro. He will be 23. We didn't pay 40 million euros for Garnacho, bro. So, he come from the academy. So it's one of those things, we gotta look at it like that. I mean, I wouldn't say they are mediocre. I would say some of them are young and in development. Some who have talent, not using it to the best of their ability. Now you can't really blame that on our coach because, bro, as much as you tell a player do X, Y, and Z, when they go on the pitch, they have to do it. I wouldn't say they were poor signings, bro. At the point in time when Sancho came, when we signed Sancho, he was the best winger in the world football. How many wingers there's do 20-20, bro? 20 goals and 20 assists in the same season, 3 seasons back to back. Not even Salah does do that, bro. And people say he's the best winger in the world. Salah never did that. You know what I mean? Far less to say Saka. He's never done that. Probably never will. But you know what I mean? It's one of those things. They come to the Premier League and they don't develop. And sometimes it's on a player to show that performance, to step up. The one thing at United that we have is plenty examples of players who came into United and stepped up. David Beckham, Dwight York, Ole Gunnar. It have plenty, bro. We could list players from now until next year. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. To be fair, bro, I never want to sign this guy to United. To be fair, bro, I don't think he's that good. And to be fair, I think Shea Lacey's gonna be way better than Kudus, but that's just me. Big up Taylor and Tenno in the building, bro. I'll be setting off to OT soon. Yes, my brother. I was hoping to try to stay there to go with you today, bro, but I couldn't. Flight arrangements was real difficult to modify this weekend for some reason, so it really was too much to make sense. You know
Do
what I'm
you
saying?
think, Amarin, I don't know, because he kind of gave me that hint, that he might want to go for Gyökeres in the summer. Because obviously he basically said he's not trying to sign no sporting players in the winter window out of respect. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's one hint. Yeah. The other hint was he was asked about Gyökeres, and he said something to the tune of something along the lines of him moving in the summer, right? And then obviously reports have come out that if any club wants him and they wait to the summer, then he's gonna go for a reduced fee. So rather than going for 100 million, which most probably would be if he has to leave in January, he can leave for like 60 odd million in the summer. So if as an example, I think Man United might be looking for another striker, right? So if PSG are saying, oh, 50 whatever million for Kolo Muani, which they're more than likely going to do. And you got another brother who is scoring like near enough 50 goals a season. If he's going for about 10 million more, why don't you just go and get him?
Bro,
Like,
I'll say this now. Plenty of people go and dislike what I have to say here. But I'm going to talk to Ziad real quick. There is no way Hudson Odoi and Ilanga are close to our wingers, bro. At best, bro, Ilanga is a Rashford regen. At best. So even if you don't have Ilanga, we still have Rashford. Who's better? And Hudson Odoi, don't step into Garnacho or Ahmad Boots. You see, the problem is, bro, Garnacho is really 20. If you saw Cristiano Ronaldo in his second season at United, when he was 19 going on 20, is when he really started to show himself becoming that player. And season 3 was when he really was, hey, I'm here. I am here. You know what I'm saying? So I think we are a little bit impatient with Garnacho. We way too impatient with Garnacho. We giving Garnacho the set of patience that we should be giving to Ahmad. Because technically Ahmad is 22 going on 23. We paid 40 million euros for him. He should be the one we focusing on. We should be pressuring him more than we pressuring the likes of Ahmad and Anthony. They both been here half the time. You know what I mean? I mean, of course, one of them was twice his cost, but at the same time, Ahmad has done more in world football than, I mean, Anthony has done more professionally as a footballer than all of them. So it's like, it's one of those things. Conceição is a good player, bro. You know, as if he gonna actually do that at what he does in the Premier League, I wouldn't mind it. He has the mental intensity for it. Big up to Origami, big up to you, my bro. We have lived off a name we have not uplifted in the last decade. Let Amorim build his squad as he sees fit. Fringe players being sold in the summer window. 100%.
who would you take out of that club?
Out of where?
Out of Sporting. Because I already know I want Jokeres and maybe Quenda and Diamande. But that'll be my top 3. Maybe Trincao, but that'll be my top 3.
To be fair, the only 3 players I see that it would be good to get from Sporting. I mean, I don't rate. I mean, 4. I would say 4 because I don't really rate Onana, bro. So I would get Diogo Costa one time. I telling you, that would be the first move I make. My second move, I would bring
From the
back.
Porto one? The Porto one?
Yeah. The goalkeeper. You know, I would bring in Alvaro Fernandez as left back, and I would buy either Diomande or Gonzalo Ignacio. So, but I would bring back for Alvaro, to be fair.
Okay.
And Gyökeres. To be fair, the rest of guys that they have in their midfield, I mean, even Quenda, I like him. But if I look at Ethan Williams, the winger that we have who plays in the youth, it's not that different from Quenda. He's good on the ball, quick, defensively very solid. You know what I mean? So I look at it from a perspective of, I wouldn't just go and spend 100 million for a 17, 18-year-old when we have players like that in the academy. We don't really have a monster striker who ready now, like Gyökeres. So I think that is, without a doubt, something we had to aim for. And we don't have a second left-footed centre back in case if Leicester was to get injured. Who we go and play? Johnny Evans? Go and stick Euro there? I don't think Euro want to play left centre back. I've seen him play at Lille. He's play right centre back. He's play right back. You know what I mean? So either Diomande or Gonzalo Ignacio, it would be a good backup to have in there. And of course, I want to get rid of Luke Shaw so bad, bro, because this dude is, yeah. And on contrary to you, bro, the first player I would kick out in January, the first 2 players I kicking out at United would be Luke Shaw and Mason Mount. You know what I mean? I would be setting an example of, if you're injury prone, you're not welcome. Bye. You know what I mean? That's just me. Yeah, we know about that, bro. You know what I mean? He had some moments, bro. I mean, this is one of the reasons I was like, taking a punt on Gyökeres that season when he was going to Sporting. I was kind of, we could try it, but I wasn't too 100 on it. You know what I mean?
The guy's a beast, man. Let's be real. Like from what I've seen, yeah, like I don't understand why people are trying to say that Rasmus is like Gyökeres, yeah. People just see two big, tall, blonde-headed guys, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they play similar." No, they don't. Yeah, one of them, yeah, you can play balls into him on the floor or in the air. He knows what to do with it. Yeah, whether it's bringing the ball down or touching it, bouncing it off to people, or holding the ball up. And then the other one, there's two different. Both of them are strong and quick, but there's different types of ways they use their pace. As an example, yeah, Rasmus, yeah, if Rasmus is if Rasmus hasn't got anyone trying to fight him while he has the ball and he's running, he can get away from people. The difference between him and Gyökeres is Gyökeres, I've seen defenders holding onto his shirt while he's running, and he's running away from them and they're falling onto the ground because his running style is so powerful, you actually can't stop it. It's like a train, yeah? This guy, also, he uses his pace to exploit the spaces. So as an example, he could run in the middle of two defenders. A guy sprays a through ball and he's trying to run in between them. I don't see Rasmus doing that ever. I don't see Rasmus hanging off the last man. I don't see him doing none of that. I don't see him doing it. Yeah? If they leave a wide open gap down the left, Rasmus is likely to run through that gap. Cool. But Gyökeres will run through the gap on the left, run through the gap on the right, and run through any gaps in the middle. Yeah, they're completely different types of guy. Also, Gyökeres is good in the air. Yeah,
No, bro. Like, this is and this is what I'm going to say to you, bro. Like, I have seen Gyökeres lots of times, bro. Right? I want to say this to you real clear. Now, Gyökeres is 27 years old, right? Rasmus is 20. Now, Gyökeres, I don't think he was as good at 20 years old as Rasmus is. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, Gyökeres, he developed into the one of the best molds of a striker that you could get. So I think his development and his experience over the course of the time is what got him to this level. Now, I don't think Rasmus is too different from Gyökeres, but what I do think is that Rasmus doesn't have someone like Gyökeres to learn from. Because when Gyökeres went to Coventry, no, he was at Brighton first, right? I think he was at Brighton first, and then he went to Coventry. It had a striker at Brighton who played in the English league. He was one of the coaches there, and he was a real good striker, like, real top of the line, number 9, but just never really came out of the championship to the Premier League type thing, you know what I mean? And I think that helped him a lot. We didn't have that at United when we signed Højlund. You know what I mean? So I think Højlund on a trajectory where he need to develop, and he also being very much exposed because he's the number 9 for United.
But this is part of what I'm saying. So I'm not saying that. I'm saying from what I can see now, yeah, that obviously Rasmus, we shouldn't pin all our hopes on Rasmus in a sense because he's not ready yet. He's not ready to be that main guy. We're supposed to be treating him how we treated Cristiano when he first came into the team. Not that he's going to be the guy who we're going to pin our hopes on
100.
for him to score all our goals. He's supposed to be learning and then having private conversations with the main man. Say, yo, so what did you do there? How did you fashion that space? How did you do this? How did you do that? How did you wriggle yourself away from that defender? And then you start finding out different tricks. Gyökeres, one of the things that I like about this brother, yeah, is this guy knows the box. He knows the box to the point he knows the box better than the box knows the box. He knows the box. Yeah, this guy knows if I get the ball in this angle and I turn, I can fire it into the far corner. If I get the ball in this area, I can spin and try and fire it down the middle or whatever. He knows the box, yeah? We
Yeah,
don't have any striker that knows the box. We don't.
and that's
Yeah, that is
experience,
one of our
bro.
biggest problems.
100%. And you know that not to cut here, bro, but I do have like a limited time actually. So I just wanted to run into the quick predictions for the game coming up because you know we playing at 3 o'clock, guys. You know, and the previously predicted starting lineup for this game is not too different from that against Pauk in midweek. You know, we are supposed to start with Onana, Mazraoui, Delit, Martinez, Delo, Ugarte, Casemiro, Rashford starts, Fernandez, Ahmad, and Hoyland. I think Garnacho moves to the bench. So it's going to be interesting to see if this is the starting lineup that comes out. Because to be fair, guys, what I would say is I think Garnacho needs a rest. You know what I mean? I think he's performed a little bit meh. You know what I mean? So one of those things for me is like I would like to move Garnacho out of the team. You know, give him a rest for one game. You know, I don't think Rashford played well. I would start Anthony in comparison. I would try him off the left. That's just me. You know, but currently, I don't know what you guys think. So, but this is currently the reports that I've been hearing recently that this would be the starting lineup going in for the game, where we'll be seeing this starting lineup here. The only change actually being Garnacho on the pitch. I don't know what you guys are feeling, bro. If Greenwood was in this squad, Ahmad wouldn't be able to start on the pitch, bro. That's the weird thing, because Ahmad only playing right wing because Greenwood was sold. You know what I mean? So it would have been Greenwood off the right. It would have been Gyökeres, and anybody could play off the left at this point, bro. Because no matter who plays, we will score goals. We will win games. In my honest opinion, I've been so real. You put Greenwood with Gyökeres, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't see any space for Ahmad in a team where Greenwood and Gyökeres is there. I mean, personally I don't. But
What I expect from Amarim, what I would say, guys, for me, I don't care who is his first starting lineup. I just go and say it out loud. I don't care who he decides to start in his first starting lineup. I just expect to see a good footballing performance. The reason why I say this is because I know he's going to probably change a few things. I know he might probably change the formation. He might even play with the same formation that we're seeing right now, but we might see slight differences. What I would say is give it 10 games, guys. Let's see what he does, what he is trying to do, before we criticize any of the decisions that he's making based on the fact that we like this player more or we think this player is better than the players that he's selected. That's the only thing I would ask for all of you fans to do for Ruben Amorim when he comes into Man United.
that's not gonna happen, mate. As soon
I
as
know
he
it's not,
doesn't
but
play one of their player FC people, it's gonna be problematic. And then he's gonna be classed as a manager that doesn't know what he's doing. I think on another stream, on Pappy's stream, I think there was a guy called Bath Time or something. He made a good assessment. He said, "Oh, 5 managers have not played this kid. Why do you think that is?" And then I just heard a whole bunch of brothers just chatting about their feelings and how all these managers don't know what they're doing, like, and whatnot. Imagine you go to school, you learn how to coach, you learn everything else. You go out into the managerial world, you start coaching teams from maybe the youth team, you work your way up, you start winning trophies and titles, you go to the promised land, you win Champions Leagues and all of this other stuff, and then you now got people saying you don't know what you're doing because you haven't played or you haven't started an unproven prospect who's 22.
100%, bro. Bro, and this is the problem. This is the problem do I have with fans. Because we try to make Ahmad sound like he's better than okay. And I don't want anybody to say that I keep comparing him to Greenwood, but the reality is this is the position on the pitch where he is replacing. This is the role that he's going into. Greenwood was holding that role before. Since Greenwood has been suspended, we have not had a player to hold it down in the same fashion. And Ahmad is nowhere near it. Like, nowhere near it, bro. Greenwood at 17 is 10 times better than this Ahmad Diallo we're seeing right now. So I don't know where the hype is coming from.
No, it's facts. It's facts.
Bro, if we had Greenwood in this right on that right wing, he already on 18 or 19 goals and assists this season, bro.
Yeah,
Literally.
it's
In the
facts.
same
You know
amount
what I
of games
liked
or
about
less.
him? Do you know what I liked about Greenwood? Greenwood don't care. Yeah. You see, when all these brothers want to down tools, yeah, this guy's trying to get it. Yeah.
Bro,
He's different to
get
these
it.
lads. He's different to these lads. These man will just, yeah, I'm sick. I'm not fit. Oh, yeah, like, I'm just going to run a little bit less. Or, oh, yeah, like, I don't like the manager. Nah. That
Yeah.
kid was different. Yeah. And
100. And this is
I'm
what I
pissed that
say,
he's not here no more.
bro. This is what I say. This is what I say, Teno. The second half, whatever they told him in the dressing room at halftime, it worked. Because, brother, what he did in the second half was nothing close he was doing in the first half. In the first half, bro, he had no desire, no hunger. He didn't even want to shoot. Like literally, this bro was holding back counterattacks 3, 4, 5 times where he have a defender on toes from this minute one and not taking the game to this defender. And I expected more from Ahmad, bro. And this is why I say, bro, let the brother develop. Don't hype him. Don't hype none of them fellas, bro. Just let them develop. Let me see where they go. Because realistically, bro, he was looking dangerous, but he was not doing nothing dangerous, bro. So I don't want to look dangerous. I want to be dangerous. That's the difference, bro. I want to be dangerous. I don't want to look like I'm dangerous. I want to be dangerous. So
Yeah.
whether I look like it or not, I am dangerous. And this is what I'm not getting from this brother. 90 minutes. The second half, bro, I give it to him. Flowers. Well taken goal with the header. Well taken, well fought goal for the second. Fighting off the defender to get to win the ball and then taking it to the back of the net. This is what I wanted to see in the first half. And I think fans need to be to be able to admit that this second half was what should have happened in the first half.
You see,
And
the
this is
problem
where
is,
he's still developing. And this is why I'm saying, if it was Alex Ferguson as coach, he would have never seen the second half. I don't know if you all understand that. We talk about Alex Fergie. If it was Fergie, bro, he would have never seen the second half.
he
And he
might
might
not
never
play
see
for
a
2 or
start
3
in a
games
United
after that.
shirt until January. That is just me.
He might not play for 2 or 3 games after that. You have
Bro,
to understand, yeah, any minutes that you get, yeah, in Manchester
big up my
United,
brother.
it's supposed to be precious. If you now start getting a run of games on the right hand side, yeah, or whatever position, right, and then you start cruising like you own the position and you can't be dropped, yeah, like Dallow's doing, yeah, then bro, like Man United is probably not the club for you. Like I'm sick of these players, yeah, just dropping the levels. Like everyone gassed up. I'm at the low last season. He's the player of the season, all of this stuff, yeah. Okay, cool. You give him his flowers. He played quite well last season, but this season now, he's doing kind of what I thought. He's an average fullback. He's not a world-class fullback. Look at Mazraoui. If Mazraoui constantly drops below what he's been showing, yeah, then I might start questioning him. But he
Exactly.
always gives a 7 to 8 out of 10, which I'm happy with because he's consistent. He's not dropping stinker after stinker after stinker and then demanding that he plays still.
Yeah, 100%, bro. And listen, this is the thing, guys. Like, I understand we all like what we saw from Ahmad last season. I liked it too. Like, bro, everybody know I back in Anthony to make a comeback this season. But I have no problem with the fact that he sit on the bench for Ahmad to start over him. But Ahmad has to deliver, guys. We must not make it this easy excuse that just because he played well for 4 or 5 games, he's supposed to be starting week in, week out, bro. Because the realistic thing is that, bro, is that this brother not even facing the pressure Garnacho facing, and he been here twice the time. We paid 40 million euros for him, and he's 22, will be 23 in a few weeks. So this is why I just be telling them, Ahmad need to work much harder than actually Garnacho. Because Garnacho is 20. Let me be real. They are 2 years apart in development. One was supposed to be there, but it's not. The other is getting there, and he in development at 20. But we're making it seem like, oh, Ahmad is clearly better, which he is not. They both have a similar maturity level in the decisions that they make. Ahmad, if you look at that first half, Ahmad gave away the ball in the box more in that game than Bruno gave away the ball in the entire game. And that's because I don't know what he was thinking, bro, but you cannot tell me you getting the final ball in the box and instead of taking a shot, you just dumping the ball off to the defenders. Because that's what he did like 5, 6 times in the game, bro, in just the first half. When he should have taken a shot at goal. Now, I am saying he will come good. I want to establish that. I want him to perform. I want him to develop. I just think as fans, bro, we've seen what hyping some players has done to their careers. Look at Sancho. Look at Rashford. Let's not let that happen to Ahmad too, guys. Trust. Let's
Do you
not
know
let it
what's
happen
mad,
to
yeah?
Ahmad.
One of the
Because he
biggest
can't handle it.
arguments for him was the goal that he scored against Liverpool. Granted, that goal was a fantastic goal. We needed that goal. But then the people that have made the argument for him scoring that goal against Liverpool have also discounted the fact that Anthony scored in that game, the fact that Rashford scored. They acted like he was the only one that scored in that game. Yeah,
Bro.
he wasn't the only one that helped us come back from where we was in that game. Yeah, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's not. I'm not trying to put the kid down. Yeah, I just want the kid to be consistent and to be worthy of the place, because once you get into the place and you get the shirt, and now the onus is on you to be starting week in, week out. You have to put in, week out performances. If you're not
100.
doing that, you need to either leave or you need to accept that you're a bench warmer. It's very, very simple. You can't be all there screwing up your face because you ain't starting. But when you was previously starting, you were just on cruise control. You was on cruise. Yeah, you're not
100.
reading the room. We need goals, we need assists, and we need performances. Like you said, we don't just want you to look dangerous. We want you to be dangerous. Well, like, why is a brother with all these muscles gonna look like he can knock somebody out, but then when they get into a fight, they're the ones getting knocked out? That's not what we want. We want you to look dangerous and to be dangerous at the same time. It's very simple. I don't want people to be overhyping a brother with his type of goal scoring and assist record, and then acting like we don't need goals and assists from him when he's got the shirt. Don't tell me that, because if Cole Palmer now stops getting goals and assists, but he's looking dangerous, how many people are going to be saying he fell off, bro? How many people?
Bro, like I would say this, big up to everybody, big up, grace and peace on everyone. Hope everyone is well. And I would read this to answer that question you're saying there, bro, because this is how I just look at football. It's a team sport. All players need to understand it's 100% commitment, whether you're from the bench or the starting 11, King. We need create more team goals and have good patterns of play. And bro, and the reason why I read that comment, because Origami is so right, bro, because it's just like what Ahmad said in the interview himself. I need to create, I need to add GA to my performances. It's not just about looking good on a pitch. You got to be effective as well. You know what I mean? Fix, I see you coming in, bro. Big up to you. I was literally about to close the stream when you jump in there, bro. So get your final words, bro.
Are you on the line of
Yeah, bro. I
The
had the
lineup.
lineup up on screen early on. There's this reported starting lineup.
Okay. So I didn't catch you after the game. The other time there was no podcast since that time. I didn't see any.
Bro, I was at the game. I thought those guys were gonna run the stream, but it didn't happen. So, and then I was in London. I was in Manchester yesterday. I only got home this morning. I was supposed to be there actually I was supposed to be there until tonight, but the flight didn't get. I tried to change my flight, but apparently it went through online, and then I got a refund saying that they really didn't have room or something like that. So then I didn't find out that until actually I was flying to Manchester Thursday. So it's only then I
How
realized
how
I had to come back
how
this
true
morning.
how,
Huh?
how true is it that Rude is leaving?
It's about
Uh,
90%, bro. I can't say it's
that
100%, but what I could say is that the biggest thing was he should have, in my opinion, what I would say is this: his plea to the public was actually what probably gonna get him gone more than anything else. If he hadn't said anything, I think Amarim would have kept him. But at the end of the day, Amarim as a new manager coming in, he don't want to be undermined. And I think is the only responsible thing to do is to get rid of
that's
Rude.
what I was saying. Yes, that's what I was feeling. It's best that he should go. It's better that he should go. So that is it, Mark.
Yo,
I had a baby yesterday.
Congratulations, bro.
big up,
Thank
bro.
you.
Big
I had a baby boy
congratulations.
yesterday. Thank you.
Bro, congrats, bro.
I pray United win today because Man City lost yesterday.
Bro, care about United? Who care about United winning now, bro? Bro, we gotta send him a little Man United baby jumpsuit, boy. You gotta see what he's seen. You gotta see what he's seen. You gotta put him in United colors early, and we can't let them try to sneak him in, bro. One time, make sure he like the proper color red early in life. You know what I'm saying?
for sure, for sure. It's what he sees around the house that he will get used to.
100. Well, big up to you, bro. Congratulations, and we'll be back for the watch along later on, guys. It starts in just about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So we'll be here half an hour before the game actually starts, guys. Big up to Fix. Congratulations again from Drex and the whole chat saying congratulations to you, brother. Big up on that. It's gonna be a long journey, difficult road, but hopefully, you have it under control. Big up to Daily Tech in the building. Big up to everyone watching. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's been a pleasure to be able to host this stream with you guys. And, I'm back. And you will be getting more content. Your boy is here. Fix, the guys, we are back. Drex will probably be here on the watch along later if he doesn't have church. If not, it's probably going to be, Temba, Vegeta, myself. You know how it is, guys. Stay classy. Keep it fun. Enjoy your day. Come back and join us for the watch along in a few. Man United match
Okay.
day, folks. Big up to all of you. Thanks for joining. Smash the likes and subscribe. Congratulations again to my brother Fix on the birth of his new boy. And big up to you, Bailey Tech, for coming in. Big up to Blueman, Drex, Jack Reacher. Big up to Origami in the building. Big up to Box as well. Big up to Alien Tenno. Safe ride journey to the game. I know you're going to the game now, broski. They're definitely gonna bag some goals for you today. Let's bet, bro, that Anthony scores a double today. I'm gonna bet, man, Anthony comes on and scores a double today. Rasmus will score the opening goal. Bruno will have a lot of assists, maybe 2 or 3. It's gonna be a United victory today. You know what I mean? So hopefully Jamie Vardy doesn't spoil the party, but he might get on the score sheet. It's David Vardy. Big up to David T as well in the building. Big up to Compost Smurfs. I haven't seen you in a while, my brother. Yeah, we're gonna go to war for this, bro. Hope you have a great day. Big up to you. Catch you later, guys. We'll be out, guys. See you later on. Big up.
Baby.